Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, grade 1. How are you all doing? Good? That's very great. Yes, I'm also good. Alhamdulillah. Thank you and welcome to your social studies class. Okay. So, in today's class, we will be discussing something very interesting. Why it is interesting? Okay, it would be interesting for those who love keeping animals at their home, who love having pets, and who have something at your home. So let's start with this activity. Raise your hands. How many of you have pets? Okay, yes, I do have. Okay, so let's listen to one by one. Let's start with Sarah. Yes, Sarah. What do you have? A fluffy cat. Wonderful. Okay, of white color. That's great. And what's her name? It's Audio. Wonderful. Okay, so let's listen to Vase. Yes, Vase. What do you have? You have a dog. Okay, and a cat as well. Wonderful. Okay. Yes. Who else has a pet? Yes, Abdullah. Abdullah also have a dog. Okay. Yes, Alize. Alize have parrots. Wonderful. Okay. Yes, I do have pets. I have a fluffy cat of white color, and its name is Molly. Then I have the fishes, the golden fishes. Yes, I have three. And then I have parrots, eight parrots, Australian parrots. And what else do I have? Well, that's all. One cat, eight parrots, and three fish. Okay. So, and yes, I love them all, and they're very close to my heart. So, in yesterday's class, we have talked about the wild animals, right? We discussed that where do they live, what are their characteristic features, how do they look like, what do they eat, how do they survive, what types of activities do they do. Now, in comparison to that, if we talk about pet animals, so can you differentiate between the two? See, why do we call them wild animals? Because they are very wild, they are very fierce, right? Can we keep those wild animals at our home? No, it's not possible. Right? Why? Because they are wild, they can harm us. But do your cat harm you? No. Do your parrots do this to you? No. Do your dog do this? No. Instead, it take cares of you, right? But the wild animals, they do not have these features. We cannot keep them in our home because they are wild, they are fierce, and they can harm us and our family members, right? So in today's class we will be talking about the characteristics of pets or the pet animals. So I'm going to share the screen with you, and there is this picture in which you will be identifying that how many of them are pet animals. Okay, so look at this picture and tell me how many of them are pet animals. What is this? Okay, so is it a pet animal? No. Then we have a dog. Is it pet? Yes. Then we have a cat. A cat is also a pet animal. Then we have another dog, which is also again a pet animal. Then we have an elephant. An elephant is a pet animal or a wild animal? It's a wild animal. Excellent, because it lives in the jungle. Then what is this after the elephant? It's a cute rabbit. Okay, so rabbit is a pet animal or not? Yes, it is. Then we have another category of dog. Then we have a dancing monkey. So monkey is a pet animal or not? It's not usual that people kept monkeys at their home, right? Some of them have maybe, but it's not that much common as the dogs, cat, parrots, fish, all of them are. Okay, then we have another monkey which is a bit decent than the previous one. So it's again a wild animal. Then we have a bird, a pet animal. Then we have, yes, the peacock. It's again a pet animal. And at last we have a butterfly. So can we capture butterflies? Is it a pet animal? No, it's not, right? Okay. So now I'll be showing you the picture of pet animals. What are the categories of them, or what pets do people usually keep at their home? So at first we have a dog, or the baby dog, which we call as a puppy. Both of them can be kept as a pet animal. Then we have a turtle. Well, a turtle is also not a common animal, but yes, people do keep it. Then we have a rabbit. Well, rabbits are a bit dangerous as well because they just destroy your lawn, okay? Okay, then we have a cat and a baby cat, which is known as kitten. Then we have parrot. Then we have goldfish or tropical fish. Well, I have goldfish, okay? Then we have the hamster. Well, hamster is again not a common one, but yes, people do keep it, okay? So these are some common animals which people kept in their home as a pet animal, okay? So now if we talk about the characteristics of pet animals, what can be their characteristics? We can keep them in our home, right? They are friendly animals. Then they do not harm us. Then what else? They're not dangerous or they're not harm. It's the same thing. Then you can make a list of that pet animals include fish, cat, dog, puppy, etc., etc. Right? What else? Any characteristic feature? They do not live in jungles, right? And we can buy them from different pet stores, right? And they feed on some special food. Like the cat that I have, she eats the feed only. There is this feed, ready-made feed, the packet which we bought from the store, pet store, and she feeds only on that. Okay. Similarly, if I talk about fish, fishes also have a special feed. They also don't eat anything else. And then at last we have the parrots, and parrots also have a special feed. It's not the case that they rely or they feed on other animals, but in comparison to that, if we talk about the wild animals, the animals which live in the jungles, they feed on each other, right? Let's say the tiger eat the bear or the goat, then the bear eats something else, then that thing eats something else, and the chain continues on, because there's nobody in the jungle who can provide feed to those animals, right? So they, yes, they find food for themselves, and the food which they find are some other small animals, some other small creatures from that jungle. Okay, so now here I'm going to share the screen, and there are some measurements, or there are some things that we should be doing while we are, if we have a pet animal. The things are that we should give proper food to our pets and make sure that they eat them, right? If your pet is not eating the food at proper time, you should visit it to the doctor, because it's not a normal thing, right? It is not advisable to give them oily foods or foods with high spice content because they cannot digest it and they are not made for it. Then we have dogs should be given boiled food without spices, and they must be trained so that they are not harmful to anybody. Whenever somebody brought a pet, which is a dog, at their home, they just train it first. There is this chain in its neck which is being kept over there, and the dog is not allowed to enter in the rooms and in the sitting area because it's very harmful and dangerous in the starting days. But once it get trained with the family members, then it does not harm them anymore, right? For birds and small animals, we should give them food and water in their cages, and also clean their cages. This is also very important. See, whether if, although they are animals, but if you will not clean their cage properly, like the fish, I keep on cleaning the fish tank on daily basis because now the weather is getting very hot. So I change the water, I clean the tank completely every day so that they don't feel bad, right? Or they don't get sick or they don't die due to it. So similarly, the parrots, we clean its cage every day basis. We put food every day when we get up. We put the food, the feed, and the water in their cages so that they can feed on it. So when you keep a pet animal, it's very, very important to take care of them as well, right? Okay, now what I want you is to think of some more other pet animals. If you have seen any other at somebody's house, and make a list of them and write the features that we have discussed as well on your notebook. Okay, hurry up, take out your notebooks, write pet animals, write their features, and then their names as well. Hurry up. Yes, all of you are done. Okay, great. That was all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Allah Hafiz.